Welcome to No Strings Attached, untangling conversations about shady topics. Hosted by Roger Magalhães, this podcast pulls back the curtain on the window covering industry with expert insights and a splash of Brazilian flair. Whether you're an installer, designer, dealer, or just fed up with crooked blinds, get ready for real tips, industry know-how, and plenty of laughs. Now, let's get untangled.
Hey everyone, welcome to another show of No Strings Attached. My name is Roger Magalhães and I am your host. If this is your first episode here, welcome. And if you already been with me for a while, welcome back. Today we are going to talk about a newsletter that I put out 2 weeks ago. And quite honestly, I was just trying to share 3 emails I received. And I thought it was not a big deal. And surprisingly, I got a lot of feedback, which to me resonates with everyone. So simple things that you do on a regular basis, actually more people notice than you think. So it is a good reminder just to be kind, to do the right thing, and just to live your life like you should just, be an example to other people. Even though you think your life is boring, your life has nothing super exciting to share, people are listening. So what happened was, as you know, I have trading up consulting as a second business, which I share knowledge, I share things that I do for my business as an installer. I share things that went really wrong, so you don't have to replicate these on your own and learn it from expensive mistakes. That was pretty much how I got into this industry. So back then, 20 years ago, there was a thing called Window Pro. It was an email chain by Rory McNeil. He would have this list of people's email address, and he will put this daily email with topics, and people will reply to those topics and have conversation started. This was before Facebook groups. So I learned a ton just from people sharing their knowledge, sharing frustration, sharing feedback. So I always learn from other people's comments and things and experience. So I try to do the same. And every time I got a chance, I learn something or I screw up big time. So I try to share so people don't have to do the same thing. That's why Trading Up Consulting was created back in 2020. So I share industry knowledge, I share screw ups, I share installation techniques, I have online classes, all the good stuff, whatever works. I try to help other people out. And for that reason, I also offer consulting services. Sometimes people just don't know where to reach out for, a second opinion, things of that nature. So this girl called me last year, and her husband had an installation company. They didn't know exactly what to go. They start hiring a helper, and money wasn't coming in, more money going out, and she was just struggling. So she called me, we had a conversation, over an hour, Zoom call, a lot of things that I did on my own before. I just told her, I think you should do differently. Some of those things are just money suckers, you're not making money, I don't think you are ready for a helper just yet, yada, yada, yada. Not trying to be the expert. I'm just sharing what I saw in things that I personally went through. So just 1 hour conversation. nothing else. Life went on. And for some reason, she called 2 weeks ago. Not called, she emailed and wrote this big, nice feedback that life was great. Our conversation sparked a ton of changes for her business. She even started a second business and make some connections. I actually introduced her to some accounts that I was installing at that time. It was just a great positive feedback and really moved me in a good way because it showed me that people listen to you even when you don't get the response. The second email, it was more of a email notification. So I posted a couple months ago about my experience with my virtual assistant. For the longest time, I had virtual assistants here and there, but nothing consistent. Or sometimes when I had a good one, she realized she was good at what she's doing it, and then start hacking up the price to a point that I was not able to afford these for too long. Eventually, I was talking to Luann Nigara, and she recommended a company called Valatam. They actually are established down in Latin America, and they only hire college graduated students, and they are all bilingual. They have different skill sets. So I called them. I submitted an inquiry. The account manager called me, and I explained what I was looking for. I was looking for help with emails, how to organize a schedule, help me, book appointments, that kind of stuff. So based on my needs, she pre-selected 6 candidates. So I interviewed them. I went through the process. I checked them on LinkedIn, and everyone has different set of skills, things that potentially could work for me. I ended up hiring Lismar. And the real reason that made me choose Lismar over everybody else was that she had graduated with summa cum laude accolades, and that resonated with me. Not because I'm smart, but because I thought she was smart, getting credits from school, scholarships, that kind of stuff. I thought, this girl is, on the ball, trying to do the right thing, going the extra mile, getting all those credits. I want to work with her. And sure indeed, I don't regret one single bit. She's actually doing a ton more of work that I ever thought she was going to do. Like, she quotes jobs. She's pretty much put all the orders in. I just come after her and make sure everything works. I gave her access to all my classes on trading app consulting. So I brought her up to speed really quick. She learned quick. She helps a ton. Scheduling follow-ups, booking appointments, chasing money, people that don't want to pay, sending people links for deposits. It completely, and I'll say a third time, completely changed my business having this girl under my company. And for that reason, I was just sharing this out with everyone. And because I like Valatam and the company, they offered me a link, affiliate link, to, in case I suggest people to use that service, I get a little something as a thank you. And obviously, I don't suggest this just to get the money. I suggest it because it truly changed my business. So I post a link. I'll leave the link in this podcast as well. And without knowing anything else, on the same week that the first girl sent me a nice feedback, Valentine sent me a link with two people that signed up under my affiliate link. So I thought it was, wow, people are listening to what I'm saying, which is very humbling, is very comforting that people appreciate all that I'm going through, all that I've, built to help others. And finally, I have this not potential, what do you mean? Colleague of mine, installer, and at one point we're kind of close. We're kind of touching bases pretty much every week. And for some reason, our friendship fell distant and was okay. Life went on. For some reason, I thought there was a little tension in between the two of us. I suggested something. He thought he didn't need it or whatever. And I say, hey, life is too short. Let's move on. And each one went their own way. And for a strange reason that I don't know, he also reached out on the same week. So it was 3 strikes on the same week, a trifecta effect, I guess. He reached out. He said, I've been thinking about everything we went through. At one point, we're closer. Now we're distant. I still value your relationship. I want to get back. And all of those things just to tell you that people are listening. People care about your actions, goods and bads. So I just put out this newsletter, got a ton of feedback because, let's be honest, as a custom window treatment professional, we normally go the extra mile for our clients. And most of the time, people don't give us the feedback, we know we are different. We know we care about details, about everything that we do. And a lot of times people just, don't mention those things. And they either appreciate or they just don't know how much goes into it. So in that, a lot of times discourage us. Wow, I put out this damn work and nobody cares. Actually, they do. They just don't mention. So it was a reminder. And so a few suggestions based on that. If you have a colleague that's just starting out, go the extra mile. Help these people. Show them the ropes, explain how things should be done the proper way. If nobody's home and you're doing your install, work the same way, like if they were watching you. If you need to clean the window around it after your job's done, do it. If you need to go the extra mile just to do it right, do it. If you screw up, own it, just because people are noticing. So the title of this newsletter is The Power of Planting Seeds. Even when people don't mention anything, they still pay attention to you. So keep your doors open, keep your mind high, keep your mindset straight, do the right thing, even when people are not watching. Actually, they are. They just don't say it. If you have any questions, any suggestions, any feedback, any stories related to these, let me know in the comments. Reach out. Also, I just bought a new microphone because the old one I had, it was, 7, 8 years old. The sound wasn't as great, so I did some research online. I bought this one. Hopefully sounds better. I also would appreciate your feedback on that. Until next time, keep your mind straight, do the right thing, and I'll see you then. Have a great day.
That's a wrap for this episode of No Strings Attached, untangling conversations about shady topics. If you enjoyed today's discussion, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast with fellow industry pros and window treatment enthusiasts. For more expert insights, follow Roger on social media and visit Shades in Place at www.shadesinplace.com. Thanks for listening. Until next time, keep your shades stylish and your conversations shady.